Philippine GDP growth have missed estimates for 3 straight quarters now.
The Philippine president's 10.7 billion peso budget for next year breezed through the Senate Finance Committee.
Lito Lapid, Senator Bong Revilla.
The Philippines is quietly becoming Asia's next superpower. 70 record-breaking stock market highs, $5.5 billion in F-16 fighter jets from the United States, a $15 billion airport rising from reclaimed ocean, and now 3.2 billion barrels of oil buried beneath its waters. This isn't China. It's not India. It's the Philippines. While the world wasn't watching, this island nation has been quietly building a digital economy, a defense machine, and a pipeline of young, educated talent. Now, it's sitting on one of the largest oil and gas discoveries in Southeast Asia, and with warships clashing in the South China Sea, and Elon Musk wiring the islands for satellite internet, the Philippines is no longer just an emerging market. It's a rising superpower. And this is the story of how it happened. Chapter 1. From Dictatorship to Development. The Philippines has never had it easy. Colonized by Spain for over 300 years. Fought over by the Americans and Japanese in World War II. Then came the Marcos dictatorship. Decades of corruption, debt, and decline. By the 1980s, the country was a shell of its promise. Politically unstable, economically fragile, and fading from relevance. But something has shifted. Fast forward to 2024, and a familiar name is once again in charge. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Yes, the son of the former dictator. Controversial? Very. But also focused on something his father never achieved: economic transformation. Under his administration, the Philippines launched Build Better More, a national infrastructure blitz that's pouring billions into highways, airports, subways, and smart cities. And it's working. Investment is flooding in. Mega projects are breaking ground. And for the first time in decades, the Philippines is building its way into the future. Chapter 2. The growth nobody predicted. While the rest of the world battled inflation, war, and economic slowdowns, the Philippines quietly posted one of the fastest GDP growth rates in Southeast Asia, 6.5% in 2024, double what the US is seeing. The World Bank now calls it one of the most dynamic economies in East Asia. This isn't luck, it's strategy. At the center of this surge, infrastructure, a $7 billion subway under Metro Manila, a $15 billion international airport designed to handle 100 million passengers a year. Ports, bridges, expressways, the country is transforming physically, economically, and digitally. For decades, the Philippines lagged behind its neighbors. Now it's leapfrogging them. And it's just getting started. Chapter 3. Defense Spending and China's Shadow. The Philippines isn't just upgrading roads and runways. It's rearming. In a region where geopolitics can turn deadly overnight, Manila is investing over $35 billion to modernize its military. In 2024, the country commissioned its first-ever missile-capable warship, loaded with anti-air, anti-ship, and anti-submarine systems. Then came the big one, a $5.58 billion F-16 deal with the United States, 20 brand-new fighter jets to patrol the skies. And this isn't just about hardware. The Philippines has reactivated a landmark defense agreement that now allows U.S. troops to return to bases across the archipelago. Why? The South China Sea, one of the most contested and valuable bodies of water on Earth. $3 trillion in trade flows through here every year. and China is claiming it piece by piece. When Chinese Coast Guard ships fired water cannons at Filipino patrol boats near Sandy Cay, the world saw a nation refusing to back down. Filipino sailors hacked through Chinese barriers with machetes. The government released the videos, and for the first time in years, China blinked. The Philippines may be small, but it's drawing lines in the sea, and the world is taking notice. Chapter 4: The Oil That Changes Everything. In late 2023, the Philippines made a discovery that could change everything. 3.2 billion barrels of oil, 2.16 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, found just off the coast of Palawan, in waters China also claims. It's called the Cadlao oil field, and production begins in 2025. Experts estimate this single find could power the entire country for over 60 years. And it's just the beginning. Other fields, like the Reed Bank's Sagitta gas deposit, could hold even more. The timing, perfect. With global energy markets reeling from war and instability, this discovery puts the Philippines on the energy exporter map. Analysts say this could add an extra 2% GDP growth per year for the next decade. To manage the windfall, the government launched the Maharlika Investment Fund, modeled after Norway's oil fund, to ensure long-term national benefit. And big players are already circling. Shell, ExxonMobil, Chevron, American energy companies are signing multi-billion-dollar deals, not just for oil, but for strategic influence. The US wants a stable, energy-rich ally in Asia, and the Philippines is stepping up. Chapter 5: Rare Earths and Energy Diplomacy. Oil isn't the only thing buried beneath Philippine soil. The country sits on a gold mine of rare earth elements, the metals the world needs to power electric vehicles, smartphones, and the entire green revolution. Zambales province holds vast reserves of nickel and cobalt, two of the most critical minerals for EV batteries. In a world scrambling to secure supply chains, the Philippines is one of the few democratic, resource-rich nations in the game. Global giants are taking notice. Toyota, Tesla, and Chinese battery firms are quietly exploring deals. But the Philippines isn't just digging, it's building. A $15 billion petrochemical complex is rising in Batangas, designed to process natural gas into plastics, fertilizer, and industrial materials. And while fossil fuels bring the cash, renewables bring the future. The Philippines is investing in the largest solar project in Southeast Asia and launching massive offshore wind farms. By 2030, the country aims to generate 35% of its power from renewables. This isn't just an energy strategy, it's a diplomatic one, because energy equals leverage. And now, the Philippines finally has both. Chapter 6: Philippines is not alone. For decades, the Philippines was seen as the underdog, overshadowed by its neighbors, defined by its past. But now, it's writing a new story. A $30 billion tech industry, an energy windfall worth over $500 billion, rare earth minerals, massive infrastructure, a digital economy leaping across 7,000 islands, and underneath it all, a generation that's young, ambitious, and globally connected. But this isn't the first time Southeast Asia challenged the odds. In 1981, a different country pulled off one of the boldest economic moves in modern history. Malaysia's Dawn Raid, a covert operation that stunned London's financial elite and reclaimed control of its own economy in just 4 hours. If you want to understand how power really shifts, Not with noise, but with strategy. You need to watch that story. Click here to watch Malaysia's Dawn Raid, how it beat the British at their own game. Because history doesn't just repeat, it evolves. And right now, the Philippines might be holding the pen.